direction. I have no idea what that was. Hello? Is anybody here? At some point in the middle of the night, he had woken up and he literally found himself right here in the spot that she had died in. Oh. Okay. Okay. Thanks for doing that. Can you make it stop? Oh, wow. There it is again. It just keeps going off for some reason. If you framed Lizzie, can you cross these rods?
Lizzie, use all your strength.
No way. Uncross the rods, Lizzie. You know it's you. Again, we still have the other question that needs to be answered. Did Andrew hurt the girls? What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new haunted adventure. So we've actually made it all the way to Falls Rivers, Massachusetts, to one of the most haunted locations in the United States, and also a location that is probably one of the biggest unsolved mysteries at the same time, which makes this place incredibly interesting. We are at the Lizzie Borden house. Basically, the Borden family bought this home back in the 1870s. There was basically a double homicide or murder that took place here. Inside of the home, both Andrew Borden and Abby Borden were viciously murdered. They were both supposedly hit in the head 10 to 20 times each, both found dead inside the home. There's a crazy story behind everything, a lot of controversy, a lot of conspiracy. We don't actually know what really happened inside of here, which is the reason why we wanted to come so badly, because we wanted to tie in ghost investigating with obviously sort of like being a detective. Steve Roner is actually going to join me later on tonight. We're going to team up on this investigation. I may do a little bit by myself while I'm here. I'm actually going to be staying the night. I have a room rented. He's going to leave at some point, so I'm actually staying here alone, which is crazy enough. Hopefully nothing attacks me in my sleep. Please don't hit me in the head with an axe. I beg of you, spirits. But yeah, this is going to be one crazy investigation, so definitely smash that like button. I know a lot of you guys wanted me to come here for a while now. Well, we're finally here. We're going to do these locations that you guys request one by one. As we can get to them, we will get to them. Let me know what locations you guys want me to do in the comments down below. But other than that, let's head on inside and have one hell of an adventure. Alright guys, welcome to the Borden house, the infamous axe murderer house. We finally made it all the way to Massachusetts. So while we're waiting for Steve, I'm going to basically just show you guys around, kind of try and get myself acquainted with where everything is located for the most part. And I'm also trying to figure out exactly where Andrew Borden, the father, was murdered. I believe that was in this room, right here. Obviously they got a mock hatchet. Obviously not the real one from that day, which is interesting because they don't even know exactly what the weapon was. They did find a hatchet, had blood and hair on it, wasn't human, and they could just never figure it out. The case just went completely unsolved forever. But yeah, they got a lot of really cool things. Oh, look at this. Found in the Borden barn outhouse, May of 2005. I imagine on old properties like this, you probably find all sorts of cool stuff. So the place is supposed to be notoriously haunted, and I'm sure it probably is with the crazy stories and things that have happened here. I don't know how much access to the whole house I'll have, but I will do the best I can with what I've got. But the whole premise is going to be staying here alone overnight in probably one of the most haunted rooms, as I was told. There's kind of a crazy story which we'll get into, and I'll let you guys know that too. Oh wow, look at all of this. So these are the replica skulls of Andrew Borden. And that one's Abby Borden. 18 blows to the back of her head. On loan to the Lizzie Borden B&B by Ed the Balt. Wow. Mr. Borden received 10 blows to the area between his ear, eye, and the nose. Wow. It's like decimated. That's crazy. I assume those are the pictures of the actual ones. Let me turn my light off here. Oh, never mind. Let me turn it back on because then we can't see anything. It's a bit of a reflection there, which is irritating, but... Man, they got all sorts of cool artifacts in here. That is the Borden Bible, 1873. Wow. So this is the cemetery. We might actually try and go later if we can. If I can't go tonight, I will go probably in the morning and film it and include it in this video. I think we're going to probably just aim for one long episode for this one. See how it goes. If we get a lot of stuff, maybe I'll make two. We'll see. I don't know who this is. He and his wife Phoebe lived across the street from the Bordens at 91 2nd Street in a house they shared with the family of... So assisted by daughter. Okay, I think something just turned on in there. On August 3rd, Abby ran across the street to see Dr. Bowen, certain that she had been poisoned. Bowen told her that her illness was probably the result of spoiled food. That was the last time Dr. Bowen saw Mrs. Borden alive. I'm not sure who that guy is. So I don't know all the stories and all the connections. I wish I knew a little bit more. I think I will probably come back here at some point and maybe just rent the entire thing. This is a kitchen area. Look at this old stove. I'm pretty sure they don't use it. I think it's just for show, but it's still really interesting. Oh man, I'm already starting to get a little bit of a headache. Oh wow. Oh, there you go. There's the monument. So apparently the Bordens were a pretty wealthy family. Andrew, I think, owned a business or several businesses or something. There are some photos here, actually. They're a little bit grotesque, but because they're so old, they're not super clear, but that was his head. Yeah, that's what was left of it after he was brutally murdered. I don't know if this is that can't be an actual photo. That's probably just like a sketch or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, pretty gruesome. That was him when he was found there on the couch. And what's interesting too is that they had said that somebody, I think it was Lizzie, actually said that he had taken his shoes off and gone to take a nap, but as you can see, obviously, he didn't take his shoes off. He just kind of is lying there on the couch. Yeah, like I said, nobody's ever been able to figure out who exactly did it. There was obviously Lizzie was the main suspect at the time, but nobody ever actually figured out what had happened. Maybe we'll try and communicate and see if we can get some answers in that respect. Let's see if we find anything else that's cool. There's a lot of neat artifacts, which I really like. Now, sorry I'm speaking a little bit low today, but it's because there are other people here. Sounded like something just moved off in this direction. I have no idea what that was. Hello? Is anybody here? Okay, guess not. There's another photo of him on the couch. I believe this was the photo of the handless hatchet, suspected murder weapon. And then they had found out that the weapon didn't fit. Did not fit the murder. This is cool. This was actually a dress used in a movie about the Lizzie Borden story. Elizabeth Montgomery wore this in that movie, The Legend of Lizzie Borden, 1975. I actually need to watch that movie. I think it would be very fascinating. If you guys have ever seen it, let me know down in the comments below and tell me how it is. Tell me if it's worth watching. Very cool. Alright, let's go upstairs and look around over there as well. I don't think we missed anything here. There's like so many photos and things. Huh. Alright, let's head on up. Okay, up here on the second floor now. This is going to be my room for the night. This was, there's two rooms here. We have Lizzie and Emma's suite, and then we have mine here, which is the John Morse room. John Morse was actually an uncle, a relative to Lizzie. Some have actually suspected him of potentially doing the murders. And this is where the mama bear was actually murdered, right here. So they actually recreated this. If you look at the photo, it's very, very similar. The way the setup is, the way the furniture is. And there's quite a story. Hours ago, I showed up here, and there was a lady that works here, and she's like, so what room are you staying in? I told her which one. She's like, wow, you're brave. I'm like, not that brave. I've done this a billion times at this point. But she did mention that there was a guy who had stayed here, and he didn't want to sleep anywhere near this specific spot, which, as I'm standing here, it's kind of a weird vibe, weird sensation. But yeah, I guess he was like sleeping on that side, the far side of the bed, and by morning time or at some point in the middle of the night, he had woken up and he literally found himself right here in the spot that she had died in, essentially, which is really creepy. But yeah, I'm gonna wait for Steve to show up, and then I'll actually probably start doing a little bit of investigating before he gets here, just kind of get set up with all my tools and stuff like that, and then we'll be able to go from there. So I had actually forgotten that there's another side to this. I don't know if people are staying in all these rooms. There's an attic area. Whoa. Oh, this is so cool. Wow. Yeah, I don't think anybody's up here right now. And I'm not sure if anybody's actually staying in any of these rooms. Whoa. This is so cool. So this was the servants area a long time ago. It's kind of an interesting story about that too. Cool. Oh, whoa. Now this is a cool room. Alrighty, so there are some people coming in. It looks like they have the room upstairs. I assume I can come down here. It's supposed to be one of the spooky haunted areas as well. There's actually a room down here. Okay, cool. Whoa, there is literally a room down here. So there's one area, I'm trying to figure out where it is exactly, where you can actually see blood on the walls somewhere. I have no idea where though. I might come down here later on, do a little bit more of investigating, and just see what it is that we capture. I think it'll be pretty interesting. Alright guys, so just getting set up here, and put the EMF meter on this little rocking chair, and it's already going off, which is interesting. I set up several trigger objects. We got all the cat balls everywhere. Don't know if we're gonna get anything, but we might get lucky. Since I figured this would probably be one of the most haunted rooms, considering there was a murder that literally took place in here. So we got the REM pod over there. I placed 4 cat balls. Yeah, you can see the EMF is actually going off right now. Oh. Okay, that went off for 1 second. If there's somebody there, can you do that again? That was weird. It literally went off for... Oh! Oh, we're getting something. There we go. There we go. Didn't take long at all. And that's right where she died, too. That is weird. Oh. Okay. Okay. Thanks for doing that. Can you make it stop? Oh, wow. On command. Oh, it's happening again. So, for those of you who might be new here, it takes a lot to make one of those REM pods go off. Like, you literally have to be right over it, literally almost touching the antenna. That thing is going nuts. What the hell, man? Alright, can you make it stop, please? What the hell? Okay, make it stop, please. Alright, guess it doesn't want to stop. Okay. I'm gonna actually move it to another spot and see maybe if it does the same thing. That is crazy, though. I can see the EMF on that chair is going off again, too. Actually, kicks that ball. Okay. Okay, so I keep moving the REM pod around the room. Had it on the bed, have it here now, and it's not really doing anything. I accidentally kicked that, but I keep seeing the EMF meter going crazy. It's just been going non-stop since I basically put it there. So it goes off in that spot, it goes off here, but not there and not there. That is really strange. Huh. Alright, maybe I'm gonna try it out downstairs and see what happens. So I think there might be power right in this one spot because it's just solid. And there too. What the heck? Yeah, it has to be power. REM pod is not going off. What is this? Huh. Okay, so I'm going to leave the REM pod there for the moment. Let's see what we get through here. If there's anybody here right now, feel free to make yourself known. Oh, there goes the REM pod. It's doing something. Seems like a temperature change. If there's somebody over there, can you touch that? It's clearly making it warm up, but it's not doing anything else. Okay. Got an increase in temperature. You know, it's kind of a crazy thought, but what if what happened here, you know, in terms of the murderer, what if the murderer was not even actually human? Now, wouldn't that be something? Definitely something to consider, I think. Okay, increase the range on there. Why is it doing that? Alright, reset it once more. Let's see if it happens again. Alright guys, so since I'm waiting for Steve to get here, I do have some stuff set up. We do know we're getting some activity there, and obviously something is up with that chair because the EMF meter keeps going off consistently over there. I've checked every spot around it, so I know it's not some weird thing with power or Wi-Fi or whatever. Have no idea what it is, but I only have so much juice left on this battery. I'm gonna leave for a little bit, leave the room unattended. There are the ladies in the next room, so if you guys are hearing some noises of people talking, it might be them. Right now we're just going to basically check if anything visual happened while we leave the room. We might get something, we might not, I don't know. Oh my god. Alrighty. So I am going to take a little break, actually set up my other camera. This battery's about to die. Steve should be here pretty much any minute anyway, so. I'm gonna go do a little bit of wandering around and actually take a few flash photos just to see if anything comes up. There are a few people downstairs, so I don't really want to take away from what it is that they're doing. We're still obviously waiting for Steve. I'm actually considering playing the Ouija board tonight. I don't know what I'm gonna do 100%. I'm just kind of like experimenting with all the tools that I have at my disposal. I really wanted to use the SLS camera. There's one problem, and it's an old house problem. Every outlet in this house is apparently fixed with a 2-prong outlet. My laptop actually needs 3 because it needs the ground. I used to have a switch for it that I could pop on. It'll switch it to a double. Don't know where it is, so unfortunately I don't think we're going to be able to use that, but everything else we can use because it all runs on batteries. So let's go and take some photos. It's a REM pod.
Oh,
And the
oh, your REM pod is on?
not mine, the girls in their room.
Oh, they have one? Oh,
Yeah.
dang it. Do you remember REM pod that was this week?
You could use mine for a bit if you want.
No, have you caught anything yet?
Well, with my REM pod.
You did?
Yeah, the spot where the lady was murdered,
Yeah.
which is like right next to where I'm sleeping tonight.
Oh, so you're up here.
Yeah, so as soon as I put the REM pod, I set it up and it just started going
Really?
crazy. Alright, where is it?
It's right over here. Alright, so it's right in there.
Here?
Right in there.
Oh, like right in that.
If you take a picture of it, you'll make out a face.
That's so weird, yeah. Let's do that. Sometimes you have really good luck using flash photography. But what's crazy is we actually went downstairs. I'll show you guys this after. But there's a photo here. I'm going to put it up on the screen. Downstairs, there's a spot. It's like sort of in a weird, cramped corner of the basement. Kind of hard to get into, but there's a spot where there is a image of a woman on the wall. If you take a flash photo, it'll show up. I took about 10 of them. They've literally shown up in every single photo. I don't know if you guys can see that on the screen there, but that is pretty wild. Apparently they painted over it several times, but it never ever goes away. So I didn't hear the people moving upstairs, but I heard something else. It sounded like walking in that direction. Strange. Still nothing. Sometimes you gotta try and try again. Yeah, so all night I knew there was something up with that.
So that's the first time you've seen it going off?
The capel, yes. The EMF meter has been going off on that chair all night for some reason. This is the first that I've been seeing the capel going off.
Reactivity, guys.
Yeah, it's because they sense the presence of the Ronin. That's why the Ronin shows up and just starts going haywire, right?
Last time we were together, just
Oh,
through me.
yeah.
Didn't catch it on video.
Oh, there it is
but-
again. It just keeps going off for some reason. It's like it's not moving or anything, is it?
All right, guys. You know what they say when all right, that's a good way to start the night, everyone. So you might get a lot.
Yeah, this might have actually been the bathroom originally.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they did use the bathroom downstairs or something. They had their own makeshift bathroom.
Yeah, because they were too. Supposedly, the owner was too cheap to have bathrooms throughout. I don't know. Maybe they were like taxed extra for bathrooms. So I don't know if you know that in certain states, back in the day, they used to actually tax you depending on how many closets you had.
Okay.
Yeah, so when you go, especially down south, if you notice that you go to a lot of houses and they don't have closets, that's the reason why.
But that's still pretty absurd to not have.
It
Like,
is,
you know,
right?
a bathroom set up in your home.
Yeah.
And it's not like this guy was like poor. He was like very, very wealthy and rich.
Well, that's why he was.
His net
though.
worth at the time was like $10 million today. Yeah. So I guess that's why. But
That's how the rich stay rich or get richer, right?
this guy was just mad stingy.
I don't know.
As you see here, people are saying that there's kind of something weird going on. First of all, Angelo Borden went upstairs. No, what do you say? Like he took off his shoes.
What?
What was the thing? Oh,
It's not important. I have axe.
Angelo's the killer.
It was me the whole
Angelo.
time.
And it's also being occupied right now, but they told us we could just freely walk around.
Oh, sorry, Lizzie and Emma, I guess. Lizzie and Emma's suite. I got a bunch of stuff set up here. I think I actually like this room better than the master bedroom.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of strange. Another room right here. So these rooms are actually being occupied by some other people tonight, but they were nice and let us check out the place. Very cool.
Alright.
So we're literally just setting up to do sort of like a little seance in here, and theirs is going off
There's
too.
another one going
Yeah,
on.
there's another one in Lizzie's room. It's been going off for like probably half an hour. Oh, it just stopped. Yeah.
Whoa, that's crazy. Grandpa's going off at the
Right?
same time.
We didn't even have like a chance to
I'm
fully
literally
set
setting
up.
my camera right now.
Wow.
I'm placing it here, and we're gonna do a seance right there on the couch. But this has a good view of like the entire room. So
That wasn't me. I touched here and it started going off. I mean, it might have been me. Maybe I moved the bed a little bit.
I've never had it go off like that ever.
Okay, maybe it is me. Hang on. Maybe not. I don't know.
All right,
Let's see if it does anything.
let's do this.
Alright, let's I'm going to do a little bit of a seance here in John's room. Got everything set up.
Dude, I'm feeling dizzy.
You've been saying that since you got here.
Maybe it's because I ate before I got here, but
Yeah.
maybe I just need some sugar in me.
Maybe some Splenda.
Yeah.
Splenda up your life.
Yo, Splenda sounds good
Just
right
open up a
now.
couple packets and just guzzle them down. Alright, if anybody's here with us, can you give us a sign? You showed yourself when I first got here. You were making my REM pod go off right where Abby passed away.
Is your name John? Can you give us a sign? Maybe touch one of the REM pods. So far you've done it like twice today with us. Can you do it a third time?
Didn't it almost sound like somebody tapped the window behind you?
Dude, yeah, it
Right?
kind of sounded like that.
Yeah, like on your side.
Could just be the window.
Could be. I don't know. Kind of hard to tell. Hey John, are you here with us?
Is John or anybody here with us right now?
So what do you think? Who do you think murdered them?
So far, I think it was Lizzie.
You really think it was Lizzie?
Yeah.
What makes you think it was Lizzie?
It's that story downstairs that I read where she went to that person's shop to buy like this type of chemical that was very poisonous.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's a little strange to get, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's weird because there's been a lot of odd stories about how Andrew and his wife were very suspicious of, I guess, everybody, including Lizzie.
Okay.
But mainly because of Lizzie. So I don't know if you know this, but from their bedroom, they actually nailed the door shut.
Oh.
So if you were to go through every room, they all interconnect. So you can go from Lizzie's room to the next room to their bedroom, the master bedroom.
Okay.
And he actually nailed that short door shut. I don't
Because-
know why. Because Lizzie was on this side.
So he was afraid of Lizzie doing something?
I guess, I don't know. Maybe she was like acting crazy, doing some weird stuff. Maybe she was threatening them. There's also been, we were talking, I was talking earlier with some of the other people who were here, and they were mentioning that it was like, maybe he had abused Lizzie at some point, and she was just kind of like retaliating. So they didn't really know what she was gonna do, and then maybe eventually she just lost it. I don't know. There's a lot of weird stories about this place.
Yeah, so the family definitely did not have a good relationship. The Lizzie definitely, despite some of the things from the father and the mother. So, well, that's another thing too. Yeah, they didn't even have a good relationship.
Yeah,
so that's
I
what
guess
makes me believe that
that's-
Lizzie kind of tried killing them.
So Lizzie, do you wanna come forward and admit that you did it?
I don't think she'll do that.
I mean, she got away with it for the rest of her life, right? She literally moved on and bought another house.
So you think she was the murderer too?
I don't know. It's questionable.
What do you think happened? Or
It seems like it was planned for one.
Yeah.
Number two, it seems like it was probably more than one person. Like, I don't know. There's just something seems fishy about John himself. So.
How was John's relationship with Lizzie?
I'm not sure. I don't really know the story of them two together.
Maybe behind like Andrew and Abby's back, they were like talking about things and both despised the parents and probably tried planning something to kill them.
So
that could have happened.
If that's what happened,
maybe they were both in on it.
That's what I think. It's possible they could have like double teamed them.
Double team,
which is just crazy. They take teams, right? Like, all right, go get them.
That would make sense then.
Right?
Yeah.
I hear another REM pod. That's in another room, though.
Yeah, that's in another room.
Yeah. Why are we not getting anything in this room all of a sudden? Where'd you all go? You were here.
Real.
You were here hours ago.
If you heard us, you think we got that right? Either way, I know one of you guys did it.
Or I'm still not putting it past that it could have been something not even human. You never know, bro. You never know.
It was the chupacabra.
Right? It could have been the chupacabra. I don't know. It was a skinwalker. I don't know. There are things in this world that we do not understand.
Where did that come from?
I'm pretty sure that was Ghost Adventures. Zach Baggins from their intro.
Well, I want some sort of activity. Well, guys, let me know down in the comments what you think so far could have happened. Do you think it was the uncle or Lizzie that could have murdered the parents, or maybe they were both, like we said? Maybe they were both into it. Maybe they were both in on it.
Maybe it wasn't them at all. Maybe it was somebody else that was... So, also keep in mind that Andrew Borden was a businessman who was known to be extremely cheap. So this guy was quite an asshole, and he was well known for being an asshole. So imagine you worked for him. This guy owned a lot of property. So imagine you worked for him in one of his warehouses. This guy would have gone so far as to, if he gave you a raise, he would have increased your rent, which would have just completely outweighed your raise.
Damn.
Right? Like, that's how much of a dick this guy was, for lack of a better word. So
that's nuts.
Who's to say that it wasn't like some bad deal? Maybe it was, mob related, right?
Possibly. I mean, he did not sound... So John wasn't a friendly guy at all. A lot of people despised him because of how stingy he was. Mm-hmm. Even though he was super rich and wealthy, he would just be so cheap, even to his workers. Definitely, I think that's possible, where, he had enemies too around town.
Oh, 100%.
And tried planning something. Could be it. Maybe it's a mix of everything, the daughter just hated him, John hated him.
And they all just worked together.
And it just all worked together.
They just had this big meeting with like mobsters and people who used to work for this guy, his
or maybe it was just the mobsters, and like Lizzie was happy and
maybe
John was happy it happened.
Maybe he borrowed some money and he just didn't pay it back because he was that cheap, and the mob had him whacked, right?
Right.
I mean, who's to say that's possible? It happens. It's happened a lot in history, especially with like mobster-related stuff.
True.
That's usually how it goes, right?
Mm-hmm.
They would refer to it as painting walls.
We just want to talk. I got money.
That's true. I got money too. You want some money?
Actually, dude, I have money, and it's not that bad of money. Wait, I thought I had $100 here. Never mind. Well, he'll take anything.
He'll take anything.
I got $1 bills.
I mean, realistically, if he's still stuck in the 70s,
yeah,
$1 is like a lot of money for him.
Andrew, come on.
I got 50 cents.
50 cents. $4 bills. Come on.
Right here, bro.
It's for you. I will leave it. All you have to do is see those pods on the bed and on the floor. You just had to go near it. Touch it.
What if we leave the money right next to the gun pod? Okay, that's obviously me. Alright, can you go and grab those 2 quarters there on the bed?
Alright guys, well, no luck in this room, but I swear, even Angelo got it on camera when it was going off before when I was setting the camera up. But we're gonna move on.
I had everything, when I first got here, everything was going off simultaneously. So whatever was here maybe moved on for the time being.
True.
Maybe we'll come back later and
True.
try something else.
What is going on? Yo, this is strange. Or make one of the devices go off. What was that? Did you hear that? Knock. Was that you that just made that knock? Yo, did you just see that?
I saw that.
Did you just see that? Did you get that on camera?
I don't know. I don't
Bro.
know. Is the murderer with us?
Dude, I feel it right here.
Killed him.
Did someone kill him?
It hurt Abby.
I keep hearing Abby, Abigail, Abby over and over again. I was actually using the dosing rods in, I think it was the master bedroom earlier. I know I didn't really show anything of that room in this video. There is...
I heard a tap behind me.
So it sounded, it literally, it didn't sound, sorry, it felt like as if somebody kicked my foot. I don't know, there seems to be so many like options and ways that the story could have played out, which makes it so interesting for one. If you framed Lizzie, can you cross these rods?
Come on, Lizzie. Use all your strength.
No way. Uncross the rods, Lizzie. We know it's you. There's no hiding from us. There you go. Uncross.
Was it not just one, but 2 of you people that wanted to kill your parents?
Stabbing. Are you stabbing someone right now? Okay. Again, we still have the other question that needs to be answered. Did Andrew hurt the girls?
Yes.
Why?